Sean can figure out if a patient has brain cancer just by having them throw a crumpled paper ball. That's because if there's a blockage in the brain's central nervous system, the patient won't be able to control the angle of their throw properly, and they'll lose control of how hard they toss the paper ball. This leads to a huge mistake in how the patient judges distance, which is why brain cancer patients can never make the paper ball into the trash can. Sean is a genius doctor, but he made a mistake during one surgery. The hospital's chief resigned because of this incident involving him, and Sean got transferred to a slum area to give medical checkups to poor people. When he went back to his car to get some medicine, he found a homeless man stealing and taking the medicine. They walked over to ask what was going on, and the homeless man opened his mouth to show Sean. He had a big pus-filled bump inside.
Tout, Mr. Doctor.
This would just look like a regular canker sore, but Sean said it was a symptom of meningitis. He poured a cup of alcohol for the homeless man to rinse his mouth, but the man couldn't even grab the cup. He seemed a little disoriented. They took the homeless man back to the hospital for further tests. When the new hospital chief found out, he stormed in, yelling at both of them for wasting medical resources. It was obvious the homeless man had no money to pay for treatment. The chief said, "This is a hospital, not a charity shelter." But Sean's colleague stood up for him, so the chief finally agreed to let the homeless man get tested. However, he warned that if the tests showed no illness, Sean would be fired. When the test results came out at last, they found the homeless man didn't have meningitis after all. He had a brain tumor instead. Then they went back to the slum to find the homeless man. But this time, the man said he'd never seen them before, and told them to leave. It turned out he had amnesia. Sean found the man's ID card, but the homeless man had long forgotten his own name. He couldn't even remember his family anymore. Sean brought him back to the hospital for more checks, and the chief showed up again. Luckily, the chief was a good doctor at heart, guided by humanitarian principles. He agreed to treat the homeless man for free. Sean was overjoyed. The surgery went very smoothly. The brain tumor was successfully removed, and all the patient's vital signs were normal.
When the homeless man woke up,
the hospital used his ID to find his family. He recognized them right away. It turned out he wasn't actually homeless. The brain tumor had caused his amnesia. In the end, the whole family hugged each other tightly. Once again, Sean had saved an entire family.